Blasphemous 2 is a great game, one of the best I have played this year without question. But before I begin this review, I would like to mention that I really enjoyed the first game, but I'm not a die-hard fan. I was really intrigued by this gruesome and mysterious world of Blasphemous 1, and I just loved the overall presentation, but it was really combat heavy, and I would have liked a bit more platforming here and there. So I was really excited when I watched the trailer of this game and saw how much platforming was being shown. I really think this game is awesome as a standalone game, but as a sequel to Blasphemous, it can leave some fans disappointed, I'm afraid. Blasphemous 2 is for sure a lot more straightforward than the first game, and a lot less mysterious. Right at the start you are being told who you have to defeat and who they are, and I don't mind a bit of hand-holding, but this approach feels really different. One thing they really improved on though is the gameplay in my opinion. I loved the addition of the 3 new weapons, and I really enjoyed how they were implemented in the platforming and the overall level design. I'm a big fan of more platform heavy Metroidvanias, so I had more fun with this game than with its predecessor. The boss fights were also still really challenging and just a spectacle to fight. I loved how many of them had some tricks up their sleeves, and how you had to adapt to them. The difficulty is without a doubt a bit easier than the first game, but I still died a lot in the beginning, and especially during the final boss fight. But even though I enjoyed the gameplay a lot more than the first game, and every single aspect is really solid, like the controls, the art style, the gruesome character design, the overall level design, the exploration and the music, the narrative and the emotional depth in the first game is now almost gone. This game feels a lot more like a Metroidvania than a Souls-like, even though you still get punished when you die. But it's such a different experience than the first game. The world in Blasphemous 1 was really intriguing and full of mystery, and you had no idea what you were about to experience or encounter. And in this game, the world is still really interesting to explore, but the mystery is gone.
And thus the urn containing my body shall be opened.
I think Blasphemous 2 is a better game if you look at the overall gameplay, but the story and the lore is for sure a lot less memorable than in the first game. So keep that in mind if you are a huge fan of Blasphemous 1. As a standalone game, Blasphemous 2 is right up my alley. It has fun level design, great boss fights, a very interesting and weird world to explore, and a pretty fair difficulty. I tried to 100% it in my first playthrough, and that's not something I do very often, especially if I'm trying to bring out a review as fast as I can.
You have acquired the last of my goods.
In my opinion, it's one of the best Metroidvanias I have played this year, and maybe it's even my favorite for now. It still has some flaws, like being unable to recover and getting stun-locked by some enemies, and some pretty strong prayers or magic spells that make others feel unnecessary. But it just has everything I love about this genre. So in general, Blasphemous 2 is a Metroidvania game I highly recommend if you love this genre. But if you are a die-hard Blasphemous 1 fan, I'm not sure if you are going to be pleased with the sequel. It feels a lot more dumbed down than its predecessor, even though it has improved on the overall gameplay. The narrative is less intriguing and the emotional depth is almost gone. But if you are looking for a gorgeous looking and pretty challenging Metroidvania, look no further. Every single area in this game is very interesting to explore and created with such attention to detail. And just the overall presentation is one of the best in recent years. It's a bit expensive right now, but if you aren't short on money, you should definitely try this game out if you love Metroidvanias and you can't wait to uncover the many secrets this world holds. So be ready for a game that feels a lot more different than its predecessor, but still manages to captivate you with its great gameplay and super solid presentation.